Today, I'd like to talk about the direction that Hinderer Knives is going in as a company. I noticed when I was window shopping on GP Knives that they've released a knife called the Jurassic. I clicked the link and started looking at this knife and realized that it certainly has an unusual appearance. I didn't find it particularly appealing, and I really got a laugh out of the description that they have for it. The description goes as follows: The 3.25 Jurassic from Rick Hinderer Knives has all the curves and humps of something you might find from the Mesozoic era, but fits right in with its 21st century skills. Rick outfitted this model with a nice wide spearpoint blade sporting a reinforced upper swedged grind. It works well with the humpbacked handle featuring a reptilian-esque scale. The first thing I thought was, I certainly want my knife to be reptilian-esque, to have a humpbacked handle, and to feature humps. And I also wondered, the knife has skills? What is it, Liam Neeson and Taken? It has skills. So I looked at this knife and they modeled the G10 scales after dinosaur skin, which I find hideous. Some of you may like it. And then I went over to Monkey Edge, and they have an even uglier version of this knife with two colored G10. They have one in blue and they have one in green. So someone bought one, the blue one on GP Knives. They had orange, blue, and black, and the blue one is sold. So someone liked it. I'm sorry if you were expecting me to pull one out and review it for you. I don't have it. But it makes me think of the direction I think Hinderer is going in as a company is one of a company that experienced a fad and is now riding the decline. With fads, you generally have a classic bubble structure where it's something that is usually obscure that people take an interest to. Then there's an extreme interest as you climb that bubble, where supply is outstripped significantly by demand and prices really go up. Where you had Hinderers selling on the secondary market for 800, 900, maybe $1,000, and then supply meets demand, and that bubble either bursts or goes down. So with the Hinderers, I'd say maybe about 2, maybe 3 years ago, the supply started slowly meeting the demand to the point where I think 2 years ago you were able to find Hinderers online for sale for more than maybe a day or two. Now, if you peruse these websites like GP Knives, Monkey Edge, DLT Trading, you can see from these screenshots of these companies, they're in stock. And you can gauge based on what's in stock, what's selling, considering Hinderer sets the same price for everything. So there's really no competition as far as lower prices or deals from anyone. So it's really an objective view of what sells. Now, with the fad curve, we have the bubble, you have supply meeting the demand, and then you have products not selling. So they're sitting in stock on the internet. No one's making any money on them. A lot of these knives are considerably more expensive, so it's not something that people just buy on a whim for $50. Use it a few times and then buy another one for their enjoyment. It's a significant purchase for most people. It's why I don't have the Jurassic in front of me right now. So you have the products that are not selling, which leads the companies to develop more variations on the theme of whatever they struck it rich with. So you had your XM18s, your XM24s, and your Eclipses. So now they made the MP1 modular platform. A lot of those have not sold. Some of them are guaranteed to sell, but you look at these sites and they're just not selling. And now you have the Jurassic. And with Hinderer, I expect this trend to continue as you see more and more Hinderer knives in stock, with a few of them cherry picked from the lineup and sold by people for particular features that they have. And eventually, I expect the prices of Hinderers to go down, which for the consumer would be a great thing because then you'll be able to get a Hinderer for, say, $250 instead of $425, and it makes that purchase easier to make for most normal people who are not going to spend that kind of money on a knife. Someone like me who has a few knives, I really can't afford to put down that much money on one knife and make that kind of purchase. So you have that dilemma where you don't want quality to go down, but once that bubble bursts, you get ready to buy. So I think that the direction of Hinderer Knives is lower prices. You're going to see more models as they try to expand. And as they try to expand, it's inevitable that they're going to hit that wall as far as people not buying things, which is what leads to the lower prices.